Mike, we've had 5 seasons now of Texas Brahmas hockey here in North Richland Hills. How's everybody feel about where the Brahmas have come from, where they're going, and just where we're at right now?
Well, I think it's been a wonderful 5 years. It's amazing how quick it goes, but prior to the 2007-2008 season, after a year of suspension, you never know what the future was going to hold. And obviously, since that time, 5 consecutive years of postseason play, 1 championship, a reduction in expenses from when we had played in downtown, a winning program, community relationship with the city of North Richland Hills, partnership with Texas Sports. It's all been, a very positive experience, and continues to get better. I mean, obviously, the team continues to prosper on the ice. Great community support. So I think it's been all good in a 5-year stretch.
After all the bad blood behind us between the city of Fort Worth and the Brahmas organization, we have the Fort Worth face-off. Can you speak a little bit about how that came about and how it went?
Well, the reason we left Fort Worth to begin with had to do with dates and sponsorships and a varied number of reasons, but the biggest reason was our lease arrangement, as well as not having great dates. Over the years, more and more conventions had taken over. Obviously, in the last year or so, the city brought in an NBA developmental league team, which further hindered our opportunities to play weekend dates. So we had no other choice but to depart Fort Worth at that time. And we had committed to playing hockey in Tarrant County, and we maintained our Central Hockey League franchise, and lo and behold, in 2007 we came back. This season, the city of Fort Worth actually contacted us, offered the opportunity to play a select number of games. We were able to work out a lease arrangement that was beneficial to the city of Fort Worth and to the Brahmas. I think it was a win all the way around. We had great attendance, especially for the Saturday night game of the 2. I think it reestablished our presence in the greater Tarrant County area, and also educated some fans that pro hockey is still here and alive. And so I think it was a great experience down the line. Once we evaluated fully, which we've evaluated it, seen that it's been successful, there's a few things we could do to enhance it, but overall it was a success. We believe it was a success for the city as well, both financially as well as from a media standpoint. So down the line, maybe we play 4 games, maybe 6 games, something to that effect, down the road. I'm sure we'll entertain discussions with them, in the summer about, locking in some dates for next year, if they want to, and the deal is going to be, a good one for both parties. So, but our, goal and desire is to maintain our presence here. We've been very happy with our situation here at the Texas Sports Center. I think our fans enjoy the shoebox, but I think at the other end is that an opportunity for a few games a year is good for the entire community.
So Stuart Frazier comes out, and how was it watching the game, from your old digs there at the convention center, and just kind of that experience once again after so many years?
Well, it was great. The fact is that it's a good facility, great facility when there's a lot of people in there. If there's 1,500 people in that venue, it does not create a fantastic atmosphere for watching a pro hockey event. But they have beautiful brand new dasher boards that were purchased in 2005, 2006. They have a very clean facility. They really made an effort to make this successful for us. So it was great. It was fun, very exciting. A lot of work for our staff off the ice, but I think the players enjoyed it. The players seemed to pick it up a little bit better on the Saturday night. I think everybody the first night was kind of feeling their way through it, and then by Saturday the attendance was larger. The players got their bearings, and we won the game on Saturday. So it was fun. Stuart really enjoyed it. I think he enjoyed the fact that he could be a part of it because he's not able to be here in our area and attend a lot of games. So I think this was a great thing for him as well. And he's promised that during the postseason this year, he'll make it down.
So 5 seasons, 5 consecutive playoff runs, meeting the Allen Americans for the first time in the postseason. Seems a little odd that hasn't happened before. What's the feeling going in against Allen and working with Allen here during the first series?
Well, it's exciting. Our relationship with Allen off the ice is better than our on the ice relationship. Obviously, it's the more we play them, the more heated it gets on the ice, and people's emotions get high, and that's what makes it great. Off the ice, we have a great relationship with them. We're working with them. Tickets for the playoffs are available through the Brahmas to be able to purchase tickets for the Brahmas fans to go to Allen. Allen's doing the same for us, working with them in regards to potentially some media and marketing of these games. So I think that this will just enhance the rivalry, enhance that fact that the Central Hockey League has two teams in this market, and yet we're far enough away where each team has a strong fan base that will invade the other team's territory to make it fun and exciting. But so far it has been a great series over the past few years since Allen's been in the league. But I think this is just going to enhance that rivalry even more so than it ever has been.
I'm going to bring up the Central Hockey League in general. We've already entered, as of January now, it seems each year, we enter what's called the silly season, another term coined by Greg Rajan, like the shoebox. But there's always these doubts. Is the Central Hockey League going to fold? Is the Central Hockey League, are half the teams going to go junior? Are the Brahmas going to go junior? What's your take on that, and what you hear from other owners and members of the league?
Well, I mean, teams do have license agreements. There are some discrepancies within those agreements that basically have caused some of the teams to analyze it further. But you've got strongholds that have been here. The Wichitas and the Tulsas, Laredo and Rio Grande Valley have had solid franchises over the years. The teams have spread out a little bit, but we've heard that while there may be some teams that are no longer, there are teams that are joining the league. This new relationship with Quad Cities, basically there were multitudes of teams that were in the IHL that had a 2-year partnership with the Central Hockey League, and the first of those teams was Bloomington to join the Central Hockey League that had been part of the partnership with the IHL. The second team now is Quad Cities. So some excitement there in terms of Quad Cities, some excitement about some new teams, but that's the beauty or lack thereof of what goes on outside the National Hockey League. Even in the NHL, you have teams that go one way or another. I mean, the whole Winnipeg Jets and the Phoenix Coyotes and the Atlanta Thrashers, and it happens at the Columbus Blue Jackets. Rumors and what's going to happen, but I think that goes on at all levels with all sports. But the Brahmas have committed to pro hockey. We've been here in pro hockey since 1997. Our ownership, our management has a strong feel for the pro hockey game, and would like to maintain that. So while some of the cities have gone junior, there's junior hockey right here at the Western States Hockey League. There is a junior program that has been in operation several years here, and we like it the way it is.
There's always expansion and contraction with any minor league, but definitely anybody that's been watching the Central Hockey League over the last 20 years has seen it. Even the WPHL back in those days, it happens. That's part of how it all comes about. And that may continue to happen. We may see it this year. Your thoughts on teams like the Comets and Evansville, who may or may not stay after the 2-year agreement?
Yeah, I mean, basically there were 5 or 6 teams, the Fort Wayne, Evansville, Dayton, Quad Cities, Bloomington, that were part of the International Hockey League 2-year joint operating agreement, similar to when Wichita and Tulsa and the River Kings were involved in the Central Hockey League when they did their joint operating agreement with the Western Pro Hockey League in 2001. So no difference. They have the rights to be able to exit at the end of the season. I think that some will stay, some will go. And I think from a geographic standpoint, the more that we can maintain this geographic standpoint of teams in the Midwest and South and Southwest, and fewer in the East Coast area, the better it's going to be from a geographic and from a standpoint financially, travel, rivalries, etc. And so whatever happens, I think will probably be for the best in terms of all of those reasons in order to have a good stamp and foothold. The one thing that the Central Hockey League has pledged going back is geographic rivals, try to maintain without going too far. There's been some experiments such as the Youngstown experiment that did not go well. Arizona is a bit out, but other than that, I think that you're in a good geographic area, and I think that the current ownership would like to figure out ways to help the Missouri Mavericks and the Rapid City Rush in order to have teams that are within a striking distance of Texas.
So Mike, I think without checking the facts, you're the longest tenured general manager in the Central Hockey League, but you don't really, anybody that sees you walking through NYTEX any time of the day, any day of the week, doesn't see a lack of movement from you. Are you basically getting tired yet?
I mean, no, not at all. I mean, I have a passion for it. I love the opportunity. I had this opportunity in 1998. I'm fortunate enough to have solid ownership. We have, in my mind, the most tenured ownership going back to the Western Professional Hockey League, along with Jeff Lund and the Tulsa Oilers. These are long-standing hockey franchise markets that have had a lot of hockey, lots of rivalries, lots of business on and off the ice, but a good tenured situation. And so there's always room for improvement, always ways to get more crowds, more larger attendance, more ticket sales, more sponsorships, and more championships. And so that's what drives me every day. That's what drives our ownership, and building up that franchise value. The better the team plays, the better that the team draws fans, the better that the team gains more partnerships, the more that the franchise can be solidified and stay around. So all of those reasons, plus I moved from the Midwest to Texas. I've become a Texan, married my wife who's from this area, so somehow, some way, my St. Louis roots have become Texas roots now. So I've really enjoyed what we've been able to do with this franchise, and I'm not slowing down.
Mike, thank you very much for your time today.
Robert, we appreciate all that you do and everything that you do to expose the fans to hockey here in our area. So, on behalf of our management, we appreciate all you do to keep the Brahmas name out there and for letting our fans know what's going on.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Robert.